Let me let you in on a little secret. Turning 70 doesn't mean your world shrinks, it can actually expand if you let it. Most people assume happiness fades with age. But you know what? That's not true. It just shifts. And today, I want to show you exactly how some of the happiest women over 70 are more joyful, more free, and more grounded than ever, because of 12 simple habits they practice every single day. Now, I'll be honest, my 60s weren't all smooth sailing. I lost a bit of energy. My social circle got smaller. And there were mornings when I wondered, is the best part of life behind me? But something started to shift. Not overnight. Slowly. Through small, meaningful choices I made each day. I didn't fake a smile or chase youth, I just leaned into what really matters: peace, purpose, and presence. So if you're over 60, 70, or even 85, I want you to know, it's never too late to feel more like yourself again. This video isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about wisdom. It's about joy. And it's about the real habits that help you wake up feeling centered and go to bed feeling grateful. Some of these daily habits are so simple you might smile. Others might surprise you. But trust me, together, they're powerful. So are you ready? Let's dive into the 12 daily habits of truly happy women over 70. Habit number 1, they start the day with a morning ritual. The happiest women I know over 70, they don't jump straight into chores. They don't reach for their phones the moment they wake up. They start their day with intention. Now, I'm not talking about some 5 a.m. influencer routine. I mean something small. Something meaningful. Something yours. For me, I open the blinds, stretch my arms up, and whisper a short prayer. Thank you, Lord, for another sunrise. Help me carry this day with grace. Sometimes I write down 3 intentions. Other times I just sip my tea and listen to the birds outside my window. Why does it matter? Because how we start the day shapes how we feel all day. Even just 3 minutes of calm in the morning helps reduce stress, improves mood, and reminds us, I'm still here. I still matter. This day is a gift. So if you're waking up feeling scattered or tired, start small. Light a candle. Say a quiet prayer. Even a few moments of peace can completely shift your mood and mindset. Habit number 2, they get fresh air every day. Now, tell me this. Have you ever stepped outside early in the morning, taken a deep breath, and just felt better? That's no accident. Happy women over 70 don't wait for perfect weather. They simply make it a habit to get fresh air every single day. You don't need a garden or a trail. Just step out onto your porch. Open your window. Let the breeze hit your face. Fresh air lowers your blood pressure. It boosts your immune system. And sunlight? It increases your serotonin, that little hormone that lifts your mood and keeps you steady. Even 15 minutes outside can help clear your mind and ease anxiety. And don't forget that vitamin D. We need that more than ever for our bones, brains, and balance. Some mornings, I just sit with my tea and watch the birds flutter around. Other days, I take a short walk down the block and back. It doesn't need to be long. It just needs to be. So if you can, step outside, breathe deep, stretch your arms, and remember. The world is still beautiful. You are still part of it. Hey, before we keep going, if you're enjoying this so far, do me a small favor, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel, and watch all the way to the end. And if you know a sister, friend, or loved one who could use a little daily joy, share this video with them. You never know who might need to hear this today. Now, back to those habits. Habit number 3, they stay curious and keep learning. One thing I've noticed. The happiest women I know over 70 never stop asking questions. They're still curious about people, about life, about how things work. And no, I'm not talking about going back to college, unless you want to. I mean learning something new, in simple, joyful ways. Maybe it's asking your grandchild how their phone works. Or watching a video about a part of the world you've never been to. Or finally figuring out how to make that soup from scratch. When I turned 72, I learned how to use YouTube for real. Not just watching videos, but subscribing to channels, leaving comments, even finding other women my age who share tips on watercolor painting and gardening. It made the world feel big again. You don't have to be tech-savvy. Just ask yourself, what's one thing I'd like to learn today? It might be how to grow lavender. Or what artist painted that picture on your hallway wall. Follow that curiosity. Because here's the truth, the more you keep learning, the more alive you feel. And that spark? It shows up in your smile. In your walk. In how you show up for the people around you. Habit number 4, they dress with intention. Let's clear this up. This isn't about dressing to impress anyone. It's about showing up for yourself. The happiest women I know? They get dressed each day with a little bit of care. Even if they're not leaving the house. Why? Because how we dress influences how we feel. Psychologists call this, enclothed cognition. What we wear actually affects our confidence, mood, and even energy. So no, you don't need to follow trends or have a fancy closet. But you do deserve to wear something that feels good on your skin and brings out your inner glow. Every Sunday, I wear my favorite pearl earrings, even if I'm just watching church online. Why? Because it reminds me that this day matters. I matter. On slow days, I throw on a bright scarf. It's my little way of saying, yes, the sun is still shining inside me too. Habit number 5, they move their bodies, every day. Now let's be clear. The happiest women over 70 aren't chasing six-pack abs or trying to keep up with 20-year-olds on treadmills. But they do move their bodies, every single day. Why? Because they've learned this powerful truth, motion is medicine. You don't need fancy gym gear or a perfect figure. You just need to move, what you can, how you can, for as long as you can. It could be a walk to the mailbox. 10 minutes of gentle stretching. Or dancing in the kitchen to an old favorite while you make your eggs. The point isn't how you move. It's that you do. Studies show that regular movement improves joint comfort, balance, heart health, even memory. It's not just about staying fit. It's about protecting your mind, your independence, and your spirit. Some mornings, I wake up stiff. Honestly, it's tempting to skip it. But then I remember. This body has carried me through decades. The least I can do is help it keep going. So I stretch. I breathe. I move gently. And I always feel better afterward. Don't wait for perfection. Start small. Circle your arms while seated. Do a few ankle rolls. Walk slowly to the end of your street and back. 10 minutes of gentle movement is not punishment. It's praise for the body that's still showing up for you. And when your body feels alive, your heart follows. Habit number 6, they connect with others, every day. Loneliness. It's sneaky, isn't it? As we age, it can creep in slowly, quiet, but heavy. The happiest women over 70? They've figured out how to keep loneliness at bay. They connect, with intention, every single day. Not every connection needs to be a big event. Sometimes, it's a warm, good morning, to the mail carrier. A quick text to your daughter. A phone call to a church friend. Even a kind smile exchanged in the grocery aisle. These little moments? They matter. In fact, studies show that social connection helps reduce the risk of heart disease, memory decline, and depression in older adults. Every morning, I send a short voice note to my friend Martha. Sometimes it's a funny memory, sometimes just a blessing. It reminds me, I'm not alone. And neither is she. You don't have to be the life of the party. Just reach out. Join a walking group. Write a handwritten note. Sit beside someone and simply be present. Because when we stay connected to others, our souls feel nourished, and our days feel bigger. Habit number 7, they eat with intention. Here's a quiet secret many joyful women over 70 share. They don't treat meals as chores. They treat them as moments, to care, to nourish, to enjoy. They eat with intention. It's not about diets or calorie counting. It's about awareness. Slowing down. Choosing foods that give energy, not guilt. As we age, our bodies crave nutrition more than ever. We need foods that support bones, brains, and digestion. Think colorful veggies, lean proteins, healthy fats, and whole grains. But just as important as what we eat, is how we eat. I used to rush through meals, half watching TV, half thinking about my to-do list. Now, I sit down. I breathe in the aroma. I taste every bite. It's like a quiet celebration of the body that's brought me this far. You don't need to change everything overnight. Start small. Drink a glass of water before meals. Add an extra veggie to your dinner plate. Put your fork down between bites and actually taste your food. These small shifts, they make a big difference. Because when we feed our bodies with love and care, we feel more grounded. And that energy supports every other habit on this list. Habit number 8, they nourish their spirit. Happiness after 70 isn't just about what you do, it's about how you feel inside. And the happiest women I know? They nourish their spirit every single day. That doesn't look the same for everyone. For some, it's prayer. For others, it's meditation, time in nature, reading, or creative hobbies like journaling or watercolor painting. What matters is this. You take time to feed what makes you feel whole. There's real science behind this, too. People with a sense of purpose and spiritual connection are more resilient to stress, and enjoy greater well-being, even in tough seasons. For me, it's morning quiet time. A cup of tea. A slow breath. A simple prayer. That's my anchor. That's how I start steady, even when life feels wobbly. You don't have to change your world. Just find one small thing each day that connects you to your spirit. It could be music. Or journaling. Or simply sitting on your porch, eyes closed, listening to the breeze. Nourishing your spirit isn't a luxury. It's how you stay lit from the inside. And when your spirit is full, your joy becomes contagious. Habit number 9, they laugh, on purpose. You know what the happiest women over 70 don't do? They don't wait around for something funny to happen. They create joy. They laugh, on purpose. Because they know something deeply true. Laughter lifts the spirit. It eases stress, lightens the mood, and reminds us that joy isn't just for the young, it's for all of us. Now, a lot of people think laughter just happens. But happy women? They make room for it every day. They turn on an old comedy, swap silly stories with friends, or let themselves be a little playful. And science backs it up, laughter triggers the release of feel-good chemicals called endorphins. It lowers stress, relaxes your muscles, even boosts your immune system. And best of all, it's completely free. No subscription required. Sometimes, when life feels heavy, I'll call a friend just to share a silly story. Or I'll rewatch a goofy movie from the 70s that still makes me laugh out loud. Those moments remind me, not everything has to be so serious. And you don't have to be a stand-up comedian to laugh more. Here are a few simple ideas. Watch a show you loved when you were younger. Read a lighthearted book or funny column. Spend time with someone who lifts your mood. Or just be silly, dance in the kitchen, make goofy faces in the mirror, play with your grandchild or your dog. Laughter fills the heart. And when your heart feels full, you carry that energy into everything you do. Habit number 10, they end the day with gratitude. This final habit might be the most powerful of all. Happy women over 70 end each day with gratitude. Before they close their eyes at night, they take a quiet moment. To reflect. To breathe. To give thanks. Not for everything being perfect, but for the little blessings we so often miss. A warm blanket. A phone call from a friend. The sound of birds at sunrise. Gratitude helps us see what's still good, even when life is hard. It's not about pretending everything's okay. It's about choosing to rest your focus on what uplifts rather than what drains. And the science is stunning. Practicing gratitude helps improve sleep, lowers anxiety, and increases overall happiness. It even rewires the brain to notice more beauty, more light, more peace. Each night, I write down 3 small things I'm grateful for. Sometimes they're simple: the smell of fresh bread, a kind word, the feel of soft socks. But those small things, they add up. They soften the day and ease me into sleep. You don't need a fancy journal or a long list. Just pause before bed. Think of one thing that made your heart smile. Let that thought be the last one you hold as you drift off. It's a small habit with big power, because gratitude isn't just a feeling. It's a way of living. So there you have it, 12 daily habits that joyful women over 70 live by. Not rules. Not rigid routines. Just gentle, intentional ways to care for your body, your heart, and your beautiful spirit. Let's recap, real quick. Start your morning with intention. Step outside for fresh air. Stay curious and keep learning. Dress with love, for you. Limit complaining, choose gratitude. Move gently each day. Connect with someone, even for a moment. Eat with awareness. Feed your spirit. Practice forgiveness. Make time for laughter. And end the day giving thanks. None of these habits require perfection. Just presence. Just kindness. Just the daily decision to live with joy and purpose. Remember, happiness is not a destination. It's a practice. And it's never too late to begin. So tomorrow, try one. Wake up with a soft breath and a smile. Send a loving message to someone you care about. Laugh out loud. Or sit quietly and give thanks for the day you just lived. You're not alone in this. There's a whole sisterhood of women choosing joy, choosing peace, and walking this beautiful journey together. If this video brought a little light into your day, please tap the like button, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. And let me know in the comments, which habit will you try first? I'd love to hear your story. Thank you for spending this time with me today. Here's to your health, your joy, and the wonderful journey ahead.